her with more kindness. Or, if you like, elsewhere, do it by stealth. Muffle your false love with some show of blindness. Let not my sister see it in your eye. Be not thy tongue, thy own shame pouring. Look sweet, speak fair, become 'tis loyalty. 'Tis holy sport to be a little vain when the sweet breath of flattery conquers strife.
Sweet mistress, what's your name is else I know not. Know about what wonder you can get of mine, lesson your knowledge and your grace. You show not in our wonders more than earth divine. Against my soul's pure truth, why lay you to make it wander in an unknown field? Are you a god? Would you create me new? Transform me then to your power, how you. But if that I am I, then well I know your sister is no wife of mine. No, to the bed, no homage do I owe. Far more to you, I decline. Train me not, sweet mermaid, with that love. Sing, siren, for thyself, and I will go. Spread o'er thy hairs a golden wing. Glad bed, and I'll take the shit alive. And in the glorious supplication, you gave me my death that has such meanings to God that love being like each other. Is she
Are you mad that you do reason so?
not mad? What made it? How I do not know.
It is a fault that springeth from your eye.
For gazing on your beams, fair son, me.
Gaze where you should, and that will clear your sight.
As good to win, sweet love, look all night.
Why call you love? Call my sister so.
Thy sister.
That's my sister.
Know it is thyself. My own self's better part, my clear eyes, clearer eye, my dear heart's dearer heart, my food, my fortune, my sweet hope's aim, my soul earth's heaven, and my heaven's
All this my sister is, or else should be.
Call thyself sister, sweet, for I am thee. For thee will I love, and with thee lead my life. Thou hast no husband yet, nor I no wife. Give me thy hand.
Oh, sir. Hold you still. I'll fetch my sister to catch her goodwill. Their ills, instruct yourself.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them, and the good is often teared with their bones, so let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus had told you that Caesar was ambitious. If it was so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously had he answered it. Now here, under the leave of Brutus and all the rest. For Brutus is an honorable man, and so are they all. All honorable men come I to speak at Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus had told you that Caesar was ambitious. And Brutus is an honorable man. He had brought many captains home to Rome, whose general ransom did the coffers fill. Was this ambition? When that the poor had cried, Caesar had wept. Ambition should be made of stern stuff. Brutus had told you that Caesar was ambitious. Brutus is an honorable man. Now you ought to see that on the day of the Lupercal, Christ presented him with a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? I come not to disprove what Brutus spoke, only to speak what I do know. You ought to love him once, and not without cause. What cause opposed you then to mourn for him? Oh, judgment. Thou art fled to Brutus' beast, and men have lost their reason. Bear with me. For my heart is in the coffin there with Caesar. But I must pause till it comes back to me.
Come, wait, Signor Fabian.
Oh, nay, I'll come. If I miss a scruple of this sort, let me be boiled to death in my own coffee.
Wouldst thou not be glad to have the niggardly, rascally sheep-fighter come by so notable shame?
I would exult, man. You know he brought me out of favor with my lady about a bear baiting.
Well, to anger him, we'll have the bear again, and we shall fool him black and blue, shall we not, surrender?
And we do not just many of our lives.
Oh, here comes the little Willie now. How now, my mental ability?
Get you off into the Block Street. My bolo is coming down with puck. Pause in the name of testing. Here comes the trap that must be caught with tickling.
Tis but fortune, all is fortune. Maria once told me she did affect me, and I have heard herself come thus near that should she fancy, it should be one of my collection. Besides, she uses me with a more exalted respect than anyone else that follows her. What should I think of it?
Here's an overweening rogue.
To be Count Malvolio.
Now, rogue!
Contemplation makes a rare idiot of him. Jets under his advanced plumage.
Slap, I could so beat the rose.
Peace, I said.
Having been 3 months married to her,
Sitting in my estate.
Oh, for a stone blow to hit him in the eye.
calling my officers about me in my branched velvet gown. Having come from a daybed where I had left Olivia sleeping around.
Fire and brimstone! Peace, shh!
And then, to have the humor of state, and after a demure travel of regard, telling them I know my place, as I would they
should do theirs. To ask for my kinsman Toby.
Bolts and shots! Peace! Toby, shut up!
7 of my people with an obedient start make out for me. I frowned a while and perchance wind up my watch or play with my son, Rich Jewel. Toby approaches, curtsies there to me.
Shall this fellow live?
Though our silence be drawn from us with cars, yet peace.
I extend my hand to him thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control.
And does not Toby take you a blow on the lips then?
Saying, Cousin Toby, my fortunes having cast me on your niece, have given me this prerogative of speech.
What?
You must amend your drunkenness.
We break the sinews of our plot.
Besides, you waste the treasure of your time with a foolish knight.
That's me, I warrant you.
One Sir Andrew.
I knew 'twas I. Many do call me fool.
Ooh. What employment have we here?
Now is the woodcock near the gin.
By my life, this is my lady's hand. Oh, these be her very seeds, her ewes, her teas. Oh, and thus she makes her great peas. Oh, tis but question her, my lady's hand.
Oh, these are using her teas. Why that?
My love, to the unknown beloved, this and my good wishes. Oh, her very phrases. By your leave, perhaps, soft. And the pressure will increase with which she uses the seal. Oh, 'tis my lady. Oh, okay. To whom should this belong?
This wins him, liver and all.
Jove knows I love, but who? Lips do not move, no man must know. No man must know. What follows? The numbers altered. No man must know. Oh, if this should be thee, Malvolio.
Mary, hang thee, Brock.
I may command where I will. But silence, like a Lucrece knife, with bloodless stroke my heart doth gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life.
A fustian riddle.
Excellent would say I.
M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Nay. Oh, but first, let me see.
You know, though he be as rank as a fox, this dish of poison she has served on.
I may command where I adore. Why? Oh, she may command me. I serve her. She is my lady. Why? This is in no obstruction to anything. There is no obstruction in this. Oh, in the end, what would that alphabetical position portend? Oh, if I can make this resemble something in me. Oh, okay. M-O-A-I.
Oh, I make up that he has had a cold scent.
Aye, so to call upon all for this.
M. Malvolio. Oh, M! Why can't we use my name?
Did I say he would work it out?
M. But then, there is no consonancy in the sequel that suffers under probation. A should follow, but O does.
Aye, and O should end. I go.
Or I'll cudgel him and make him cry, oh.
And then I comes behind.
Aye, and if you had eyes behind you, you might see more detractions at your heels than fortunes ahead of you.
Now, Margaret. This simulation is not as the former. Yet, to crush this a little bit without me, for every one of these letters are in my name. So, here follows prose. If this fall into thy hand, revolve. In my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open their hand. Let thy spirit and blood embrace them, and to inure thyself to what thou art like to be, cast thy humble slough and appear fresh. Be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants, and let thy tongue tame arguments of state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity. She that advises thee sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings and wished to see thee ever cross-gartered. I say, remember. Go to, thou art made, if thou desires to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still, a fellow of servants, and not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell, she that would alter services with thee. The fortunate, unhappy. Daylight and champion discover not more. This is open. Oh, I would be proud. I would read policy authors. I would baffle Sir Toby. I would wash off gross acquaintance. I would be point devise the very name. I do not now fool myself to let imagination jade me, for every reason excites to this, that my lady she did commend my yellow stockings of late, and she praised my leg being cross-gartered, and in this, she manifests herself to my love. And with a kind of injunction, she drives me to these habits of her liking. I thank my stars, I am happy. I will be strange, stout, in yellow stockings, and cross-gartered, even with the swiftness of putting on. Jove and my stars, be praised. Yes!
I would not give up my part in this for a pension of thousands.
I could marry the wenchfulest device.
So could I too.
And ask no other value but such another jest.
No good idea.
If you will then see the fruit of the sport, mark his first approach before my lady. If you will see it, then follow me.
To the gates of Tartarus, thy excellent devil of wit.
I'll make one too.
He doth bestride in our world like Colossus. And we petty men walk under his huge legs to peep about and find ourselves dishonorable graves. Men at some point are masters of their fate. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves, that we are under it. Brutus and Caesar. should be in that season. Why should his name be sounded any more than yours? Write them together. Yours is as fair a name. Sound them. It doesn't become the mouth as well. Weigh them. Yours is as heavy. Conjure with them. Brutus will start the spirit as soon as season. Now, in the names of all the gods most high, what week does this our Caesar feed that he has grown so great? Huh? Age. How ashamed. Rome now has lost the breed of noble bloods. When with their buying age is the great flood, but it must fade with more than one man. When could they say to now they talk to Rome that her wide walls encompass but one only man now is in Rome? Indeed, it's room enough when there is in it but one man. You and I both have heard our father say, there was a Brutus once who would have brooked the eternal devil to keep his stake in Rome as easily as king.
Two faults, that drink and good counsel will amend. For give the dry fool drink, then is the fool not dry? Bid the dishonest man mend himself. If he mend, he is no longer dishonest. If he denies, let the butcher mend. Anything that's mended is but patched. Virtue that transgresses is but patched with sin. And sin that mends is but patched with virtue. If that this simple syllogism will serve, so. If it will not, what remedy? As there is no true couple but calamity, so beauty is a flower. The lady babe take away the fool. Therefore, I say again, take her away.
Where are the vile beginners of this break?
Who knows when I can discover all the unlucky manage of this fatal fraud. There was the man slain by young Romeo, who killed thy kinsman brave Mercutio.
Tybalt! My cousin! Oh, prince! Oh, husband, cousin! Oh, the blood of my dear kinsman is spilled. Oh, prince, as thou art true, for the blood of our shed, the blood of Montague. Oh, cousin! Cousin!
Then Romeo, who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt, your slave, who Romeo came and slave. Romeo that spoke him fair, bid me think how nice the quarrel was, and urged with all your high displeasure. This uttered with gentle breath, calm look, knees humbly bowed, could not take truth the unruly spleen of Tybalt, deaf to peace. But that he tilted piercing steel at bold Mercutio's breast, who all his hot turns deadly point to point. And with a martial sword, with one hand beats cold death aside, with the other sends it back to Tybalt, whose dexterity retorts it. Romeo, he cries out, hold, friends, for his heart! And swifter than his tongue, his agile arm beats down their fatal points, and twigs the rushes, underneath whose arm an envious thrust from Tybalt took the life of stout Mercutio. And then Tybalt fled. But by and by comes back to Romeo, who had been newly entertained revenge. And to it they go, like lightning, for ere I could draw to part them, was stout Tybalt slain. And as he fell, did Romeo turn and fly. This is the truth, or let Benvolio die.
He is kinsman to the Montague. Affection makes him false. Some 20 of them fought in this black strife, and all 20 can kill but one life. I beg for justice, which thou, prince, must give. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo must not live.
Romeo slew him, he slew Mercutio. Who now the price of his dear blood doth owe? And for that offense, we do exile him hence. I have an interest in your heart to receive. My blood for your bloody brawl to lie a-bleeding. But I will nurse you in so strong a bind that you shall all repent the loss of mine. I will be deaf to pleading and excuses. Nor tears, nor prayers shall purchase out abuses. Therefore use none. Let Romeo hence in haste, else when he has found that hour is his last. Bear hence this body, and attend our will. Mercy, but murderers, pardoning those that kill.
Caesar lived, you durst not move, you durst not to have tempted him so. What? I durst not tempt him? No. I durst not tempt him. For your life, you durst not. Do not presume too much my love, for I may do that I shall be sorry for. You have that you should be sorry for. There is no terror, passion in your breast. For I, whom armed so strong in honesty that they pass me as the idle hands, which I respect not. I did sent you for some ago, which you denied me. But I can raise no money by vile means. By heaven, I'd rather ruin my heart and drop my blood for drachmas than wring pence their violent trash. Was that done by Cassius? When Marcus Brutus grows so covetous, lock such rascal counters from his friends? Be ready, gods, with all your thunderbolts, and dash him to pieces. I denied you not. You did. I did not. He was but a fool that brought back my answer. Brutus survived my heart. A friend should bear his friend's infirmities, but Brutus makes mine greater than they are. I do not see you practice them on me. You love me not.
like your fault.
A friendly eye never sees such fault.
A flatters would not that a do-rate as huge as high Olympus.
Come, Anthony and young Octavius, take revenge on Cassius alone. He is wary of the world, hated by the ones he loves, raised by his brother and checked like a bondman. His faults are noted, ready to be thrown in my face. Oh, I could beat my spirit from my eye. Here's my dagger, and here's my dress. If you are a woman, take it. I that deny thee gold will give my heart. Strike as thou didst Caesar, for I know when thou did hate him worse, thou loved him better than thou ever loved me.
She, your daddy. Be angry when you will, it will have scope. See, you Cassius, you are doped with a man that bears anger as the flint bears fire, whose strike is much in force, is then straight cold again.
Cassius lived to be but mirth and laughter to his release, when grief and blood ill-temper vexing him?
When I said that I was ill-tempered too.
Do you confess so much? Give me your hand.
And my heart too.
Oh, please.
What's the matter?
Have not you loved enough to bear wisdom with that rash humor my mother gave me makes me forget fools?
Yes, Cassius, and from henceforth when you are over earnest with your Brutus, he'll think your mother child and leave you so.
the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes. 'Tis mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes the throned monarch better than his crown. His scepter holds the force of temporal power. We attribute to awe and majesty, wherein doth sit the dread and fear of kings. But mercy is above this selfish way. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. It is an attribute to God himself. And earthly power doth then show like as gods when mercy seasons justice. Therefore, Jew, though justice be thy plea, consider this, that in the course of justice none of us should see salvation. We do pray for mercy, and that same prayer doth teach us all to render the deeds of mercy. I spoke thus much to mitigate the justice of that.
My former speeches have read your thoughts, which can interpret further. Only, I say things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pitied of Macbeth. Married, he was dead. And the right valiant Beckwell walked too late. When you must say, please you, flee and kill, for fleeings fled. Men must not walk too late. Who cannot have thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm and Donalbain to kill their gracious father? Damn that! How it did grieve Macbeth! Did they not straight in pious rage the two delinquents tear? Was they not slaves of drink and thralls of sleep? Was this not nobly done? I am wise in to do which would have angered any heart alive to hear men denied. So I do think that he is born, all things well. And I do think that had Duncan's sons under his key, as in, please heaven he shall not, they should know what it were to kill a father, and so should please. But peace, for broad words and cause I hear he failed. His presence at the tyrant's feast with doth lives in disgrace. Can you tell me where he bestows himself?
Why should I play the Roman fool and die on mine own sword? While as I see lives, the gashes do look better upon them.
Turn, Captain! Turn!
Of all men else I have avoided thee. But get thee back. My soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword. Thou bloodier villain, in terms to give thee out!
Thou losest labor. I bear a charmed life, which must not yield to one of woman born.
Despair thy charm, and let the angel, whom thou still hast served, tell thee, Macduff was from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
Cursed be the tongue that tells me so, for it hath cowed my better part of man. And be these juggling fiends that palter with us in a double sense, who whisper promises to our ear and then break it to our hope. I will not fight with thee.
Then yield thee, coward, and live to be the showman gaze of the time. We'll have thee, as our bearer monsters are, painted upon the floor. Another writ, here may you see the tyrant.
I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet. Be baited by a rabble curse, though Burnham would become the Dunsany, and thou opposed being of no woman born, yet I will try to last.
Your son, my lord, is paying soldier's debt. He lived but till he was a man, the which no sooner he had his prowess confirmed, in the unshrinking station in which he fought. So like a man, he died.
He's dead.
And brought up you. Your cause of sorrow must not be measured by his worth, for then shall have no end.
He's worth more sorrow, and that I'll spend for him.
He's worth no more. A new comforter is coming.
Hail, King, those are thou art. I see thee compassed in thy nation's pearl. Their minds, salutations I do share. Their voices I desire aloud to mine. Hail, King of Scotland! Hail, King of Scotland!
We shall not spend a large expense of time before we reckon with your several loves and make us even with you. My thanes and kinsmen, henceforth be earls, the first that ever Scotland in such an honor made. But as more than shall be continually with the time as calling forth our exiled friends abroad, which escaped the snares of cruel tyranny. This and what needs else, we shall perform in measured time and place. So thanks to all at once, and to each one, whom we invite to see us crowned at Scone.